I am Sky,
And I'm Alex.
and we are the Lavenders. Now, to refresh, firstly and foremostly, we are recording this into the new year, so you might notice a few things that are different. We're both a lot hotter. My voice is transatlantic now. I asked both Alex and Lindsay, again, Lindsay, you'll meet in a few minutes, if my voice sounds different, and they both said they didn't hear anything. But then when I went to therapy, my therapist is like, Sky, your voice is different. And I'm like, really? Thank you. She said my voice sounds transatlantic, and it makes sense because I did throw that Gatsby-themed party with you and you. And it was a ravishing success. Anywho, welcome to the episode.
Yes, welcome. Okay, so what I want to talk about, because it's come up to me in the past, or it's been thought about in the past 12 hours, is attachment styles.
Go on.
Are you aware of what they are?
So, I did change colleges 4 times, and I did change my major like 6 times. But I finally finished studying psychology, and I had to take this class called Psychology of Marriage, and I learned about the details of different attachment styles,
Okay, so you're aware of what they are.
essentially.
But okay, so my whole thing was just dating with different attachment styles. What's your attachment style?
I get very anxious. Not anxious as in like I am biting my nails or gnawing at them constantly. More so anxious as in like if they don't text me back, what's
Right.
going on? Am I at fault for something? Did I do something wrong? Are they going to break up with me? Now, this was more when I was straight dating. Now that I'm gay dating, I feel like I'm the one that gets to lead that fight because I am very much wanted in the world. And so I don't know what my anxiety is going to be like because so far I've gone on, 6 dates, and all 6 of them I did not like. And they all texted me, but I was not really wanting to text them back. So I don't know if the anxiety was on the other foot, but I have yet to experience anxiety yet. Not to jinx it.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
What about you?
I'm very anxiously attached.
I like that.
Yes. I don't know if my therapist likes it as much.
Can you please explain what you mean by 1, your attachment, and 2, why your therapist might not like it?
We're working on a secure attachment. I was talking about this last night. I think for me, my first relationship ever, I think going into that, I was a little bit more on the anxious side. I just naturally am more of an anxious person. I'm always wondering, do you actually like me? Are you going to break up with me? Yada, yada, yada. You said me too?
I said, makes sense.
Oh,
Makes sense.
okay. But after getting my first relationship, I got cheated on.
Pause. Revert back. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
No one deserves to be
It was
cheated on.
well over 3 years ago. But I think that experience made me even more anxiously attached
Interesting.
towards individuals. And I think it kind of maybe hindered my second relationship. Bless his heart, he was patient. He was understanding. He was very secure. He was all the right things.
So there's anxiety secured, and then there's just regular secured.
And there's avoidant.
What's avoidant? Guys,
Our
we have an avoidant here.
Our producer, Lindsay, is very much, I think, an avoidant person.
Lindsay, please speak loudly and explain what avoidant means.
We tend to quite literally avoid confrontation. Maybe if something is bothering us, we might tend to shut away from things rather than turn towards the problem and talk about it. Or like if I'm personally going through something, I like to handle things by myself. And that is not always productive when you are with a person.
Are you talking about relationship by yourself? Or like if you're going through something, does that mean everyone is off?
I'm working on that, but I'm definitely, even since I was little, like if something was happening, I just want to be alone.
What I would also say too, like bouncing off of what she said, just from what I've noticed about her, like she's like avoidant in the sense that like she's okay if, I think I'm speaking for you, I guess it depends on each person you've seen, but she's more okay like with the breaks in between or the not texting back as much. I think she handles it a lot differently than I do. Like I spiral mentally.
Wait, I disagree.
You think?
I think I spiral a lot also. But
Oh, I totally spiral as well.
I think I spiral, and I think I don't necessarily maybe like do much about it, and I feel like you want to like do something.
I'm very much, I need to get in there and fix the situation. I need to control it. I need to,
Have either of you ever watched the TV show Handy Manny?
yes.
So you're very handy manny.
What?
But the one thing I would like the world to know about this relationship right here and the one I have with Lindsay is that when they text me, they typically can expect a reply back very instantaneously. Actually, I really can't be saying this because there are some people out there, when they text, I don't respond instantly. The reason I respond instantly for them is because I know their levels of anxiety, and I know that they are super anxiously attached, both of them, to me. And so, like my other friends, they get mad at me when I don't reply, but that's because I know the level of urgency. With these two, if I don't reply, and if one of them texts me about like throwing up or something, I need to reply within a 15-second window, or else all hell will break loose. The Hoover Dam will explode. What does Wendy Williams say? Honey, the Nile is a river in Egypt. He is gay. They are anxious.
This is so true.
So true.
So true.
Can I tell you something just about observing you right now? We're working on anxiety, yes?
Yes.
The way you're holding your jacket in your hand, look at how you're holding your sleeve. It's giving anxiety. It's giving
what's
constant
giving anxiety to me is the fact that this man that was speaking about this with could potentially see this. And I was telling him, I was like, I'm working on it. I'm like getting so secure.
It's not something that
straight
just
up
fixes, though.
But I straight up lied, and now he could easily find this clip.
You did not straight up lie. I think let's dive into this further. Everyone has some form of anxiety. Let's be serious now, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone has some form of anxiety. I have anxiety. You have anxiety. Lindsay has anxiety. My twin brother, we're mirror twins, but he has anxiety, completely different type of anxiety, but still there. I will bet you there's not a single person on the planet that does not actually have anxiety. It's a natural part of life, and it occurs for a very important reason. I don't know if this is true or not, but my thinking is because one day we were living in the wilderness, and we had to be able to fend for ourselves. And if a bear or a lion of some sorts came up, we needed to have anxiety to be able to spark up and jump up and get ready to fight for our lives. That still exists. Now it's less about fighting for our lives and fighting for our men's, for you, and for me.
See, you say fighting, I would say flighting.
It's not, see...
Fight or flight.
So you have that backwards.
What? No.
You do.
What's backwards?
When you get a text from Mr. Hinge, your face goes, "Oh, he texted." That's not fight. That's not fighting. That's fighting.
No, but when I get the text, I'm not anxious anymore.
Exactly.
But it's but it's like the lack of a response, the silence is what makes me flight.
There's reasons you're feeling this way. Like, if we're talking about a past situation, I think about, do we have a nickname for?
No.
Okay, your
Number
most
2.
recent ex number 2, okay?
Yeah.
There was a time where he went away to work, to film, and you were not hearing from him as much as you wanted. You could view that in a lens of, I'm so anxiously attached, and it's my problem. But in reality, he was not being a good communicator. He was not talking to you as much as he should have and as much as you needed him to. Yeah. So I'm saying, like, I think there's like a lens perspective. So like if Hingeman or if anyone isn't responding in a time period that you deem as okay, like yes, there's a level of spiraling, I think that we all do, but I also think you have to pay attention and be like, I care that someone communicates X, Y, and Z.
Have you heard of string theory?
String?
Yes.
No.
Have you?
Yes, but I don't know what it is.
So string theory, basically picture an invisible line tied around your pointer finger. Somewhere out there in the world of however many billions of people, I think it's 8 now, there is another person tied and that invisible string is attached. It basically means you have a soulmate out there.
Okay.
The soulmate idea behind this thing is that that person that's attached to you is going to accept you for all your beauties. These are not flaws. This is what helps make you you.
I don't know if I believe in a soulmate.
What? What do you mean you don't believe in soulmates?
I think that the world is so big. I think it's about finding someone that you love and putting in the work and making it last. No relationship is going to be easy. It's going to be hard. There's going to be patches and moments of like, oh my God, is this worth it? But you have to decide for yourself if this is the person you want to fight for.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Is there a list of icks that you go through when you're first meeting someone?
Yeah.
Where if the ick is there, it's over.
It's not really an ick. I'd say there's more like red flags.
What's the difference between an ick and a red flag?
Like a red flag for me is like kind of like a dating no-no. Whereas an ick is like, okay, that wasn't the most attractive thing, but I could look past it.
See, for me, my icks are part of my no-nos.
Okay.
So like if someone shows up and they have bad breath, that's a no-no. That's an ick, but it's a no-no. I will not give them another chance to come back and brush their teeth next time. It's just not going to happen.
Okay.
Like, is there a list that you have of stuff like that?
Yeah, there's certain red flags, I would say, like a nicotine addiction. That's something that I've dealt with in the past, and it's just something I'm not attracted to. Whereas an ick would be like some girls think it's kind of icky when guys wear flip-flops, right? It's not a personality trait. It's something they can change. It's very easy to do, and it's just very situational. Flip-flops don't bother me, but let's say they did. It'd be more like, okay, that's kind of icky, but whatever. It's a shoe. It's on for like 10 minutes.
If a man's showed up with the open-toed Birkenstocks, and they had a hairy toe, like big toe.
I'd say it's, for me, that'd be a little icky. But again, it wouldn't be a red flag. It wouldn't be something for me to be like, oh my God, I shouldn't be dating this guy because this is a serious issue.
Interesting. So you're okay with icky things as long as they're fixable or trainable?
Yeah, I think to a degree. I mean, I think if you're dating someone and a lot of the things that they do really ick and gross you out, you shouldn't be with them.
Well,
but I don't think that makes them red flags. I just think that maybe they're not the person for you.
There's rain falling. You know what that means. One of us is wrong and the other is right.
Is this you admitting defeat?
I am not admitting defeat
Okay.
here. If I go on a date with someone and they show up with poor oral hygiene, meaning there's 4 simple things I look for. First is they have to floss each tooth.
Okay.
Second is they have to brush their teeth.
Right.
Third is they scrape that tongue. Fourth is they gargle some nice mouthwash.
Okay.
Those are 4 key aspects. If someone shows up to a date and that is not met,
then that's fine. You could say that could be a red flag for you, but I'm just saying it wouldn't necessarily be
a red flag for you.
I would say it'd be more of an ick.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
This also has nothing to do with anxiety attachment styles. How did we come up with this?
I don't know. I think you asked me a question about we were talking about soulmates.
Soulmates. Yes.
Their string theory.
Now, I am a firm believer in soulmates.
Okay.
I think people could have multiple soulmates.
Okay.
But I don't think soulmates are just romantic. I think you're a soulmate of mine.
No.
We are planning to get wed one day. I think you're a soulmate of mine. I'm pointing to Lindsay, everybody. I think that soulmate is not necessarily meaning that's where I disagree with string theory, is that there's only one person tied to your other thing. I think there's many people out there that could fit the build of soulmate. I think it's someone, like we were talking about this the other day. You spend time with someone and your energy level gets filled up rather than diminished. Like after seeing someone, you just want to be alone versus after seeing someone, you don't care if you still see them longer. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying like that's because you're having sex with them or anything. I'm saying that like talking to someone does not dwindle your own energy.
Right.
I think that is a means of what soulmate can be. Mm-hmm. I think that the first 10 people you want to call, something great happens to you. And there's a list of 5 people you're calling, right? Mm-hmm. That you want to call instantly to share the news. Mm-hmm. Then if something terrible happens to you, there's a list of those, probably the same 5 people you want to call and tell them just as fast as a good thing happens. I think that's a line of soulmate. I think that there's things people can do that really grease the wheels of a relationship. And I think that happens also with romantics. I've long said I don't date friends. I violated that before. And it turned out very poorly. But I think that while my ex and I, if we were, well, we wouldn't be together anymore for obvious reasons. But I think that she was once a soulmate of mine. Not saying that she's no longer a soulmate of mine. I'm saying that she's probably changed. But I still think soulmates do exist. And like, I was able to catch along the second I met you, this anxiety attachment style. And which is why I am fairly quick to respond to. I know that that's something that really gets you going, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think that there's people, and if I had never had psychology training, which I never have, I just did the undergraduate learnings.
Right.
I would have figured it out anyway either.
But that's probably because you're more of an emotionally like intelligent person.
Oh, pish posh.
No, I think you are. I don't think the average man or person in general would be able to spot mine and Lindsay's anxieties that quickly.
Do you think that my ability to do this is one, either because I was born with it, or I haven't continued the question yet. Is it because of the way I was born? Is it because of my homosexualness? Or is it because I was exposed to anxieties at high levels growing up?
Well, I know what she said.
Gay.
Based off your question, I would say, given that I know your brother very well, you guys are similar in the way that you both, I think, can spot and nurture someone that is feeling anxious or sad or what have you. So I think it'd be more of an environmental factor.
Interesting. So less gay.
I mean, I think it helps. I think you're easier to talk to because it's like it's just such a platonic and amazing friend.
Platonic. You made out with me on New Year's.
But it's still platonic. It wasn't like I did it because I'm like romantic, like sexually attracted to you.
Love languages.
Yeah.
Can we talk quickly about that?
Yeah, of course.
What are some of your favorite love languages?
I like physical touch,
Receiving or giving?
both. And I like receiving words of affirmation. I find that men don't really realize what words of affirmations means.
Can you give some examples for our audience?
Yes, I've told guys before that I'm like, okay, I really like words of affirmation. And for them, it's like, oh, well, you're pretty. And words of affirmation, it's not a compliment.
She's pretty, but
it's not a compliment. It's more so affirming where we are, how you feel in the moment.
some examples, please.
I'm enjoying spending time with you. I'm enjoying getting to know you. I'm not talking to anybody else.
Reassurance is what we call that.
It's just reassurance, and it's just affirming and reassuring that everything is where it needs to be, and an open communication as well. It's not telling me, I don't need you to compliment me. I mean, yeah, it's nice here and there, but it's not a love language. If you're dating me, I'm going to assume that you think I'm pretty. What are yours?
I do love words of affirmation. I love gift giving. I love to really understand a person to the point where I know, like, there's nothing better. When I was younger, I loved getting gifts and like opening a gift to see, ooh, what did I get? But I love you know what feeling I love more is when I spend time to craft out this perfect gift for someone and then I give it to them and see their reaction to opening the gift. There's nothing better in this experience, I think, than taking time to really look at the person, think about, oh, I was somewhere, I see something, and I know exactly that that's the person. I'll give you an example. Okay. There was this girl that I really liked at a time, and we were talking back and forth, and I found out what her favorite drink was from Starbucks, and it was a discontinued drink. And so this was before ChatGPT. I did research, and I found out how to make the exact drink. And it was a hibiscus thing, not something commonly sold in supermarkets. So I ordered on Amazon all the ingredients to make the drink exactly like Starbucks made it. And then I went to Starbucks and I got real cups. And then I made the drink for them. And then I brought it to them. And I had them taste it, and it tasted exactly like Starbucks. They hadn't had this drink in like 2 years. And I still remember that experience today.
That's so sweet.
I loved it. You know, you don't have to spend a lot of money to give a good gift to someone.
Right.
You know? And I think it shows how much you really care and know about a person.
That's acts of service, too.
What's acts of service?
Acts of service is like doing little things for them. Doing things that like they don't want to have to ask you to do. Like maybe you're in bed and he just knows that before you go to bed, you're going to want a glass of water. So he just takes the initiative and he's like, I'm going to go give me your hydro flask, whatever. I'm going to go fill it up.
Oh.
And it's like little things like that.
See, so I've talked to some people about that before. I'm not going to name names, but I know them very well. And they assume that that's less of an act of service, I guess. And they think that's more of a requirement, a given. Like if they don't do that, then that's an issue. I do think there's some toxicity behind that viewpoint. I do think that it is a very generous thing for someone to do that, and there's no requirement for someone to do anything. But what is your thought on that? Is it more of, do you think, a love language to do those things, or is it a requirement you're expecting?
It's definitely not a requirement I'm expecting. I think I cannot expect someone to read my mind and also know all of my little quirks and things that I like off the bat. It's like I understand they're probably think that's like the bare minimum to refill your water for you. And it's fine if I ask and they do it, that's great. But I think taking the initiative to do it yourself is a whole other thing. And I think that's I think it's showing that you respect me and you like me without having to communicate it. That's what acts of service is to me. That's how I interpret it. So it's not, some could call it the bare minimum.
You seem anxious.
I'm not anxious.
You seem nervous.
I'm not nervous.
You seem stressed.
Potentially.
Your face is giving heavy. This is giving anxious.
It's not. It's giving I'm getting comfortable. Are you anxious right now?
I'm getting nervous. Not anxious, but nervous.
Why?
Tonight.
Should we elaborate or do you not want to elaborate?
Well, I am seeing a boy. For the first time. So, I'm nervous.
It's not your first time seeing a boy.
Well, first time seeing this boy.
First time seeing this boy. But you have dated women. You have...
Singular. Well, no, I've gone on many a date with women.
Exactly.
But I'm still new to gay life.
But you've also gone on a few dates with a man.
Yes, but one of them. Oh, we didn't talk about this. I went on a date last week, and it resulted in me sleeping with a knife. I matched with this boy on Hinge, okay? He seemed like a very normal boy, except he had a couple style flaws. Being that, like, he had a good outfit on, but then he was wearing these bright red shoes in one of the pictures. It was very off. It was very, no, thank you. But it's one of those things where, like, it is a flaw, but I wouldn't say, I think it's fixable. It's not like someone shows up with poor oral hygiene.
It's more of an ick.
It's an ick. A big ick, but still an ick. He is also 6'4", and so he's a big guy. And we were texting. He said he was doing law school and whatnot. Make sure my toes are not showing. Anywho, we agreed to meet at this bar. And the bar, I get there first. He was 15 minutes late because he went to the wrong place. Was closed, even though Google said it was supposed to be open, okay? Then when he gets there, we decide, okay, the bar is closed. What else should we do? Oh, there was this taco restaurant called Loki. And
I like Loki.
Loki's good. It's not, I think,
Are you nervous
authentic.
again?
No. I
you
put
put
this
your-
on for style.
But you took them off.
I took it off for pizzazz.
My boobs are gonna come out.
Her boobs are coming out. So I say, we want to eat at Loki. He goes, no, let's eat at Soul, which is an actual sit-down restaurant. And they're never really that busy, and so I didn't really know if that's the right place to eat. But I said, fine. And I said, so you're hungry then? He goes, no. What are we doing at this restaurant? Anywho, we sit down, and we each order a drink, and then I say, what if we just order quesadillas? Because who doesn't love a quesadilla? He then informs me he does not like guacamole, which is a big issue.
Why?
Because half the meal at this quesadilla was guacamole.
Okay. I can't eat avocados.
I know. But also, like, when you start to really not like someone, little things turn into big things. And I really did not. I thought he was a weird communicator already. I wasn't necessarily excited about continuing the date. I order a classic. I look at their specials and I order a classic drink from their menu. He ordered a very sugary drink, which was an interesting thing to see. He ordered something like a Malibu rum with pineapple juice or something, which was giving, okay, let's see what this is about. Let's unpack it slightly. Okay, the conversation is not flowing whatsoever. I want to say it was like pulling teeth out of a mouth, but it really wasn't that. It was more painful. And then at one point, he pulls out his phone to look for pictures
Of what?
to show me something. And he's scrolling for like 10 minutes, and I'm just sitting there. And so I take out my phone, and I send you and Lindsay a text with a thumbs down emoji, indicating, no, not for me. At 56 minutes into the date, I call it. I ask for the check in a very charismatic and fun way. The check comes. He offers to pay. Thank you. But no thank you. He offers to pay, and then he fumbles, taking out his wallet, which I thought was kind of cute, not going to lie.
Okay.
Then he pays. Then the conversation still goes weird, and we start walking to the garage because I thought, oh, he must have parked there. That's why he's walking there. He goes, no, I'm walking you to your car. And I said, oh, that's very gentlemanly of you. But I didn't park here. I parked on the street because I used to live in that area, and I know where the good places to park are. So he goes, oh, okay, let's start walking to your car. When we were about 10 feet away from my car, he asked if I had state protection. Now, caveat. I used to work at the White House. I was also the dog walker, which came with some fun perks, but that was not something that gave me up my own Secret Service detail. Anywho, he asked me if I had, quote, I'll say the quote, do you have state protection? And I got taken aback. What do you mean by that? What does state protection even mean? I don't even know. But he said, do you have state protection? I said, what do you mean by that? And by this point, we're pretty close to my car, and so I'm getting ready to say goodbye. He goes, like, do you have police or security that protect you because of the work you did? I'm like, oh, no, that's not really a thing. That's not like a thing that normally happens. And he goes, oh, okay. And then I go in for like that quick little hug because I wanted to leave. And then as I'm doing that, he grabs me forcibly and tries to put his face on me. And I push back on him and I say, sorry, I don't do this on first dates. Then I push back. He puts his hand and arm around my neck like he's going to choke me. And then he grabs my wrist and he yanks me in towards him. Not like to kiss me, but he just yanks me into him. And I basically open hand punch his face, get out of his grasp, run to my car, get in, and lock the door while looking for my pepper spray. It was at this moment I realized I did not have pepper spray with me. One flag. Never again. Then I start crying in the car.
Aww.
And I called you.
Yeah.
I didn't cry during the call, and then I started to. Now, a little backstory. I was assaulted before. I think it's unfortunately a fairly common thing for people to experience. I think guys tend to talk about it less than ladies, though. And so I am open. I talk about it not frequently, but I do talk about it. When I was living in D.C., at the end of my internship at the White House, I got assaulted. And I did think I was going to die. I thought the person was going to come back and then I almost ended things because I was so panicked by it all. I also was not gay at the time, and so that was a whole other story. But I left DC within a 24-hour period. And then I took a while break. And then when I was back in LA, I started working with them again. And then I tried going back to DC again, and it was just a mess. I had to leave after like 3 days. I couldn't do it. I still don't think I could go back there. But it like really heightened my fear levels around certain things, especially around intimacy things. And this man did this to me, and it instantly shot something in me of fear. So I called you, and I tried calling Lindsay. She didn't answer, but I called you, and I told you, and then I started to cry. Like, not actually cry, but tears were falling. And then I came home, and you were home. And then Viana came over. And we started looking up funny pictures online, comparing things. And then we also started watching TV, Grace and Frankie. If you've never seen it, it's a great show. Throughout that whole process of watching, I cried like 7 times on the sofa. I didn't even know why I was crying, just tears were falling. I think there was a lot of bodily remembrance of what happened in DC. And then also what happened, I used to have a stalker who like had plans to kidnap me. And then that was in 11th grade. A couple of years ago when I was living in Playa Vista, someone broke into my apartment, but that was also because I opened the door when they knocked. Don't do that. So I had a lot of different things that have happened to me, and it causes fear. So I got spooked. And then Alex graciously offers to spend the night, which I declined because I wanted to have a good night's sleep. And we were getting ready to throw our big New Year's Eve bash. And we were having a sleepover that night. And then I slept with a knife in my bed, but then I took an Ativan and I knocked out like a champ. Lessons were learned. And I met this man on Hinge, which is supposed to be the good dating app. It was very perplexing.
I mean, I don't think there's a quote-unquote good dating app.
So on this point, if you're watching this and you happen to fall in love with me or Alex, please DM us on either at the Lavenders Pod or I am Sky Maxwell or
Alex Muller 18.
Find us on the socials and let us know that you love us and want to see us because we are more than willing to go on a date. Well, at least I am. TBD for you.
TBD.
Don't text her, but text me. And with that, we're going to wrap the episode. Cut! Oh, that was wonderful. Produced by our wonderful Duotis Studios.